And we're back on Top Dice, and this is going to be part 2 of self-esteem. I am FictionBoi.
I'm Stream ArcaDad.
And I am Whiplash Wolf.
Yee.
You ready for another talk about this? This is going to get deep again.
Yes, this is going to be another deep subject. So get yourself a nice cold drink, water or juice or whatever. Get comfortable. Get a soft drink. So we're going to get in depth again. Hopefully not. Yeah.
He got a cup of coffee if you want to roll that way.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm about to say we're about to go as deep as whatever hell is. We're going deeper than that.
Ginger ale.
Oops.
All right, just boop yourself in. All right.
Yeah, no, I hit the trigger by mistake.
I was talking to someone about that.
So yeah, guys, make sure you go. Bruh. I have the sound. I have the sound effect. I just have to put it on my avatar. But yeah, so guys, I encourage you guys to go watch the first part. Otherwise, this won't make a lot of sense. So following our subject, in a relationship with partners or even friends, where can ego go too far? Any examples, if you do?
Examples? Can it be a real life examples?
Yes, of course.
From not just from us, but other people's relationships with their friends.
I think it's the best way to explain something to somebody is tell their life experiences and how they perceived it. Of course, we all react differently to different situations, but you can draw your own conclusion. So if you do have a personal experience, go for it.
I'm very good at this. No way, I got you. Because I have experiences with this, is when people try to control your life depending on who you can hang out with or do what you want to do. Because in their past relationships, they've had issues with people would treat them like crap or go hang out with other people and cheat on them behind their backs. So that goes off on them, and they turn that around on you. So they try to keep you from hanging out with, like, if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, they try to keep you from hanging out with boys, girls, because you think that they're going to leave you for that other person, and their ego is either been like crushed so much that they're afraid that you're going to leave them for someone else. And that's where, like, to me, because I've had past experiences like that, that's why I just don't date anymore, because I'm tired of it.
That comes with vulnerability too. I mean, once you like give yourself away to somebody that pretty much ruins it for you, yeah, your brain does not like it very much.
This is why I like being single. I'll be a single Pringle for the rest of my life. It's a crispy chip.
Oh.
Well, I can understand that.
You mentioned jealousy, which is something I can relate to. I used to be a very jealous person. I was hurt in the past by my previous relationship, having a boyfriend that left me, came back crawling, left me again, came back crawling, and then left me 3 times. So it completely broke me apart on my self-confidence and my self-value. So what ended up happening is every time somebody would get anywhere too close to my boyfriend, which is my husband now, I would start feeling very uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm about to lose him. But I realized that being jealous is based on fear and insecurities that are only personal to you. It's not their problem. It's you that are struggling and are having issues. And I realized that the more I act upon these, like jealous, compulsive behaviors, the more it puts off the other person, and my fear of losing that person will become reality because they feel so caged and trapped in this relationship that they'll want to escape. So slowly with time, what I've started doing is every time I would feel uncomfortable or jealous, I would talk to my husband about it, and he was very understanding. So if you're in a relationship where your partner is very jealous, if they are insecure, you need to listen to them, but you need to also make them understand that this is personal to them, and if they keep acting upon them, it might end up breaking the relationship they're in, and in the end, that's not what they want. They want to stay in this relationship, and that's what my husband confronted me with, is like, the more you keep being jealous, the more I want to get away from you. So I realized that it made perfect sense. So I actually started working on myself. Slowly we tested the relationship, and I started letting go. And every time I would feel uncomfortable, my husband would come to me like, the fact that you're allowing me to do this or that, or having this friendship or this relationship with this person, the fact that you're allowing me to do that makes it so that I like you even more. And I was like, gosh, this makes perfect sense. I mean, a dog that spends his days trapped in a cage, the moment you're going to open up this cage, it will want to run away. But if that cage is always open, he might leave during the day, but he will always come back during the night, whatever happened. And I literally got rid of my jealous, compulsive behavior because of that.
Interesting. My dad has a funny analogy for that. He's like, who's going to be happy if you were to leave your wife or your dog trunk? This is what my dad told me. Within 24 hours. And by the way, he would never do this, but this is just a good example. Who's going to be more happy to see you, the dog or the wife?
Usually the
dog. I mean, it's true though.
But yeah, I mean, being jealous is something that you need to work on, because when I got rid of my jealousy, I started feeling so much better about myself, and I was not stressed out by my relationship if my husband was going to cheat on me or not, because what I've gained from this experience is that if there's something that happens, or he wants to have fun with somebody else or become friends with this other person, he'll tell me about it and I'll feel comfortable. So yeah, I mean, everything it requires a lot of communication. You need to have a partner that is open-minded to talking to you, but you also have to be open-minded on working yourself. And the thing is, these jealous feeling is not going to leave overnight. You need to challenge yourself to be able to work on these. So that's what we did. So, if changing was easy, we would all be perfect. But sadly, it is not. It takes days, month, year, a whole lifetime to change the aspect of somebody. And it requires a lot of work, a lot of effort, but trust me, you're going to give yourselves a few taps in the back, because you're going to be so proud of yourself because you managed to go through it. You're going to be really happy. And that will increase your self-esteem about yourself. The fact that you challenge yourself to do something, change an aspect about yourself, and you actually did it, best feeling ever. I swear to God, like, I've made stuff in my life, and being able to work on yourself and fix a fault that you had before and get rid of it completely is the most amazing and like uplifting feeling I've ever gotten. Very passionate about this subject too.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
And keep in mind that, as long as people know who you are, you got to know who you are and what you're comfortable with too. Some people are not always comfortable with open or poly relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people. I prefer monogamous relationships. I always give people advice. Don't try to date people who don't really fit that, because it's not that they don't want to upset you. It's just you're not going to be vibing with them that much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Retrospect. There's nothing wrong with monogamous or poly or open. It's just that it's just not going to work if you're too different.
I used to be very monogamous, and my husband was polyamorous. Well, he wants to be into it, but we found a good compromise, and we call ourselves like being semi-open. So we do fool around with other people, but we talk to each other first about it to see if everybody's comfortable with it. And the way I see it is like, what is your favorite meal? To me, sushi. Would I eat sushi every single day? Well, maybe once or twice a year I'd like to have some pizza. You know what I'm saying? That's like how he made it. This is how he explained it to me so that I understand. And I became more open-minded, and I allowed it. And I ended up, I thought I didn't want to do this, but I ended up taking pleasure into it, and it wasn't so bad. But again, if you're lacking self-confidence, either in yourself or your relationship, it's going to be hard to get through this. So again, Work on yourself. Having good self-esteem will allow you to overcome a lot of issues and struggle you might have either single or being in a relationship.
Yes,
Kind of like
I was gonna say. I'm just someone who. Yes, go fiction.
Your
Go fiction.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, you're good. Trust me. Go ahead.
It's like when my partner has peanut allergies, and I had to make a compromise on that because I love peanut butter.
Yeah.
Imagine how hard that is for me. It's a part of you that you have to slowly, give up because he can't eat anything with peanut oil.
You can't eat peanut butter? I got some right here. Oh shit, I gotta hide it. Sorry.
Oh my god. I like peanut butter.
He's not happy. He's like, so disappointed in your stream.
What did that peanut butter say?
Oh, it's just like because they didn't want to do like copyright issues. It's imitating Jeff, but it's spliff.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it was. So for people that are listening to the audio, I just pulled out behind my back a jar of peanut butter to complement the situation. Fiction was mentioning about compromises. Yeah.
The problem is imagining you can't have peanut butter. That really sucks.
It does. I want some Reese's Puffs right now because of that.
What about you, Whiplash? What was the previous question? Examples where like ego has gone too far.
What, in relationships?
Relationships or friends. Or their egos took over a situation and it was too much.
That's a good question. Honestly, I mean, I did with relationships. Why? It's like relationships to me it's more basic, like what you said, vulnerability and just past relationships messing up their minds that way. I mean, to me, like I've seen it with someone that I'm like acquaintances with. I'm not like best friends or friends with them, but I've seen them like they get popular and then they kind of let that popularity take over their minds, thinking like, oh. And they're special now because they're known like on the internet for doing something. I mean, that's the way they feel like because they have like this following now that they are like the next god or something like that. And I mean, that's from what I've seen. You were talking about polyamorous relationships. No, like that's where I like to be at. Like I know where I started at. I don't see myself as like a poppy fur or anything like that. I just see myself as a normal person who does videos and tries to be entertaining.
I think the people that become overconfident or full of themselves, they forgot where they origin from, when they started, who they were before all this, and they lose track of their values and who they are. That's where, like, people, we call them poppy furs, as people that have become that what we're talking about. And this is why this word has a negative connotation to it. It's because we've assigned that these people that are full of themselves. The word itself, poppy fur, is not bad. It's just we assigned it to bad people.
Oh, you know what I also don't like? Huh? Is that when there's a popular furry that is egotistical, and they're complaining about people, how they're treating them, or how they view them and stuff, and then it's not the point is it's not the person that's complaining, it's more the people in the comments that are trying to, what I call quote unquote, suck up to them. Those are not your real friends. I'm gonna tell you right now, those are not your real friends.
No, those are just people who like what you do, and they'll, try to say nice things to you to be on your side. Maybe you'll notice them. That's usually how I see it as. I have people come up to me sometimes, and I'm not sure if they're jokingly saying poppy fur, but I'll just be like, look, I'm not a poppy fur. I'm just a dumbass who makes videos. That's all it is.
But I will say your true friends are the ones who actually take the time out of their days to make sure that you're okay. Coltyn is also a good example.
You do that with me, Fiction. You send me a few messages saying like, how am I doing? How am I holding up with, like, I've been I've been mourning lately. I've lost my 7-month-old German Shepherd puppy, Thunder, due to badly formed kidneys, and I was not having a good week. It's been 12 days now, and we lost Whiplash, and he's back. Magical. Fantastic.
I just saw myself fly over there into that door. Okay.
But like, Fiction, the fact that you reach out, like ask me how I'm doing, to me show that you care. And that is really sweet of you, and I appreciate that. And I feel bad not doing it often enough for you, because I think you're a legit good guy.
Well, I'm learning from what Coltyn is trying to teach me is that if you, 100% be yourself, but also practice with no expectations either. Of course, yes. And and I will be honest that I have heard Coltyn in the past for something that really, for a guy who's done something for me for a lot, and just to put him to the side over something and not really considering him, it was very hurtful. And I realize how hurtful that is. And I'm trying to, learn from my mistake. It's not nice what I did, but it's something I can't just say I'll fix it. I have to prove it, put it into actions, not just say it. And that's usually sometimes. And here's the thing: true friends will also do this. They will point out your flaws that it's hurting people. Friends that people that don't do that are not really your friends. Real friends will tell you you're hurting people around you. Other people, that's what real friends do. People that are not your friends will not point out these issues. They just won't deal with you.
No, exactly. They want to get close to you. They want to get really close to even in your pants at this level, at some level. So they'll do whatever it takes to please you and satisfy your ego, and you're like being full of yourself. So you got to watch out for that. But if you need help. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, we have this 2-second delay we have to deal with. It's really difficult.
Yeah, it's not. We're not trying to cut each other off. Don't mistake that. The latency is a problem. So if the audience is wondering if we're cutting each other off, it's not that. We just want to clarify.
It's about 2 seconds.
Yes. So
that's very true.
Yeah. See, here's another example. So in terms of what I was trying to say, but when I heard somebody, you have to. That's what they do. Friends don't really ask for much, and they don't really have the expectation you do. But maybe have some more thought into them when something comes up, especially when they have done a lot for you. Hell, this boy took me to the ER, so. And I took the time out of his day for him to do that, and that's a lot for him to do, or he could have been doing something else. That's what real friends do. Most people who don't do that are not really your friends.
It's like when I actually had my first accident, in a car ever, and my friends came to me to make sure I was okay. That was almost 4 years ago now. Damn, I'm still friends with those people too. And also, speaking of how you're saying that they will tell you if you're doing something bad, they're also the people who've done that. Well, the good thing about having friends is they help you build yourself up too. Like real friends will help you build your self-esteem up and with your ego, and you probably will help each other out. Be the people you need to be. And honestly, that's why it's hard finding those right people in life. I'm glad I found the ones I found.
And you know what? Real friends are people that they will give. A real friend will always give and never expect anything back. These are real friends.
Oh yeah.
These are the people that you take care about, and give them something back at least once, because after a certain point, after they've done these amazing things for you, you don't give anything back. At one point, they're going to be fed up because they just feel like they're being used.
Because you keep taking and taking, you're not giving.
Yeah, you keep taking. But generally speaking, a real friend will give without ever expecting anything in return. And these people, you need to find them and hold on to them and give them back something, even though they don't expect them. They're your friend. Take care of your friends. Spend time with them. Give them something. Make them feel special, because they will end up making you feel special. And you start this mutual relationship, and it becomes best friends, and you both work on each other, and that can help you work on your self-esteem. And if somebody give you a compliment, take the compliment. take the goddamn compliment. It's good for you.
Yes.
Even if you don't believe in yourself, after hearing a lot of this compliment or whatever they're saying about you for long enough, eventually it'll get to your subconscious mind and it will start taking effect.
It's like Andreas with me. Like Andreas is the same with me. Like I still say it because to say it's like whenever. Like this is more based on looks now, but like I keep telling him or people like, look, I think I'm ugly as shit, and I'll just say that because honestly,
I disagree. You're not ugly. I'll cut you off.
Oh my God.
I believe it.
But I say that like I'm getting to the point where I'm definitely like happy with the way I look now, so I won't say it often. But I am still feel that way because I grew up with that fact. Like I grew up like thinking I was like nothing to like look at. I was ugly as hell. I still have that factor in my mind because I grew up with that. But Andreas will be like, "Bitch, shut up! You're beautiful."
Bitch, you're beautiful. He'll just
That's
like come across you like, "You're beautiful just the way you are. Believe it." And that's for you to remember.
I promise you, if he got in here right now and came into this room and I said that, he would probably say that. He'd probably say something in Spanish and be like...
He would probably be screaming and running in front of you right now.
He would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andres is a good bean.
Andres is a good bean. I still feel so bad for him, what happened to him.
I do too.
Ooh, okay. What? Okay, what's this next one we got? I feel like we were on the same question for like the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was a good conversation.
So we need to move on to this thing. What are some things to look out in yourself? Sorry, oh my God, I can't read. It's too small. What are some things to look out for in yourself that may come off as being too egotistical or negative in some way?
You being off-putting or not considerate.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Like
or
if someone's telling you about
popularity starting to get to your head, noticing it really quickly.
I can also notice when people are not being themselves. I've seen some popular furries that act a certain way when they're on stream. I won't point out who they are. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
There's a few of them. I feel like
I'll probably mention it after recording. You probably know who it is, but I don't want nobody attacking this person at all because they're still good. You know, I still believe could be potentially good people. That's up to them, right? So there is.
What about you? Like what are things you should look out for when you realize that you're starting to become egotistical or having self-esteem that is turning negative? Like, what do you think are your signs for yourself? Like things that might happen to you?
Oh, I'm still thinking about maybe. What if someone is telling you about their day and it's not going so well, but you change the story over to yourself instead of them, trying to help them out with their day, making it better for them, but no, you just want to talk about your day instead.
That is a good one. Reaching out.
Most people like to talk about themselves more.
Well, I think it's a natural response. Maybe I tend to talk about myself a lot. I have to be careful with that.
You know, it's different when it's different when you can talk about. It's okay to talk about yourself when they ask to talk about yourself more than you just bringing it up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like another Q section where you're not understanding their cue, like how you said you are still. Like maybe they're trying to give you a cue to like maybe call them or just talk with them more, but you're just switching it over to yourself. I don't know. I still think there's two ways in that.
Yeah, flipping the situation. Well, I understand. I've been through this and this and that, and then you start telling your story when the whole situation is about them. It has nothing to do with you.
I feel like I've been catching myself.
Everybody has a different social cues perspectives. Everyone's different.
I kind of do that sometimes, but that's literally not in a bad conscience. It's just I don't know what to respond, so I am like, I revisualize how I would deal with this issue.
Same. I've been doing that with some people lately. I've been doing that with some people lately, and I feel like
awkward in silence.
Huh?
I feel awkward when there's silence. Oh, sorry.
Well, silence is also okay.
Yeah, silence is okay. But if you just like read a message and don't answer it back, though.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
That's very true. But I mean, no, I feel like I'm in the same way lately. Like sometimes people will talk to me about their day, and like if it's, I feel like it's my cue to be like, oh yeah, so that's how my day has been as well, pretty much. Or just trying to make it like telling them about my day too. But I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe I feel like it's a bit more egotistical because they're not asking you how your day is. I don't know. I'm so confused.
I think everybody has a level of some type of ego. Everybody does, and no matter how much we try to deny it, everybody has an ego. It just depends on how you manage it.
Exactly, and as long as it doesn't take over your main personality and your self-esteem, I think that's the important. Woo! Everybody has issues today. I was struggling with my left hand, my dominant hand. But another thing, talking about friends. No, it's right here. But it used to just wander off and fly into the distance. I don't know why.
It's not your real hand.
Yeah. But
oh man,
we talked about friends earlier. I'm ambidextrous, so if I'm one hand's tired, I switch to the other one. But I want to go back to the subject of friends and real friends. There's a thing that I've noticed talking with some of my friends online of issues they're struggling with in the furry community, where they feel heartbroken and backstabbed, and they feel like people don't like them anymore. So we're in a community where we make a ton load of acquaintances, okay? And the way I see friends in relationship are like a big tree. I know there's a comedian or there's somebody that made a reference to it, and I might mess up on some parts, but the idea still applies. I mean, people that we meet online on vrchat, on Twitter, in cons, and then most of them are going to be acquaintances. And they're like the leaf on a big tree. But the slight gust of wind will make them fly away. The least tiny amount of problem, they will go away. And you need to let go of these people because they won't give you anything back. You need to let them go. Then there's people that you're gonna talk to more often, hang out, but it's still it's not too much in depth. These are the branches of the tree. They're a bit more resilient to those gusts of wind, but they do break with a strong enough wind. And sadly, even these people, you need to let them go. And that is perfectly fine. You're going to meet people all your life. I mean, this tree has a lot of branches, and that is okay. But your best friends are like the trunk of that tree. That trunk can withstand hurricanes and go through a lot of stuff before it happened. And these are the people that you need to spend your time and your heart and soul into. These are the friends that will tell you that you've done something wrong, and you need to be able to take that criticism. It's the friends that you're going to have arguments and fight with, but you need to work together. And if that relationship survives, they're going to become amazing friends, and they will last you a lifetime.
Just think of bulletproof glass. Think of bulletproof glass, and it won't shatter no matter what.
Yeah.
There is a thing that I wanted to point out too.
Yeah, but that message is mostly for people that feel abandoned by their friends and online friends. It's okay. You're gonna meet other people.
We are in a community. We are in a community where anxiety kicks in pretty hard for a lot of furries, and everybody has it. And that is something. So, for example, I have, and most people will probably see it, they were really paying attention to the numbers of my Twitter social media platforms. I don't follow a lot of people. And there's a reason why. It's the people I do follow is the people I actually have communicated with. And when I notice that and then it goes well, but then there is some people who I used to talk to, and we don't talk anymore, I unfollow them, and then they get so butthurt why I unfollow them. I'm like, we just don't talk, dude. That's fine. You don't need to let your ego get in the way how you feel,
Yeah, well, sometimes we do, the way we perceive a relationship, I see you as this friend with this friendship level. Sometimes we don't see our friendship, at the same level. I have a friend of mine that tends to get way too emotionally involved than what the other person is, on their side of things. And when that person is sees my friend as a leaf, but my friend sees them as a branch. If I can make if it's
I see what
easier
you're
to understand.
saying.
Yeah. So when that branch break, they're super hurt about it. But the thing is, they're all leaves out there. So he keeps getting like his heart broken all the time and hurt, and he's suffering from it. I'm like, don't do that. Spend time. Like, I've known you for 9 years, and I'm spending time with you, and I'm trying to help you out. Focus your energy on other people like that. I mean, you have friends that are 2 years old, 3, 5. I know you have a lot of them. Focus your energy on them because they are the one that is worth fighting for. Ignore the rest.
And also, before we move on, everyone, make sure you give that like button a like, follow the doorbell, whatever it's called. I don't care. The fucking bell. Make sure you click on the bell to get notifications from us, so you know whenever we do an upload. And thank you so much. And if you want to follow our audio streams, we will also have that link for you guys as well.
I like
it's
how
down
you
in
guys
the
are stepping in.
the doubly-do section.
The button.
And the button.
The button.
Also, we also have a Telegram community. Button. And we have a Discord server. All the links are down below in our link tree in the comment section. And feel free to hop in, talk with us, have a conversation. We're friendly. We like you guys. And come talk to us. We don't bite.
I'm so proud of these guys. They're spreading their wings like they're jumping out of the bird's nest.
They're so
like
happy.
Gooses flying off for the winter season.
Especially for the greatest steak.
But anyways, but I wanted to bring back on the subject of how when I was talking about Twitter, I don't follow like a lot of people I say, and the thing is they get upset when I unfollow them and they want to get upset, and I'm like, it's not a big deal. We just didn't click. That's okay. But people make it a big deal because they think I hate them or I dislike them. I'm like, no, dude, we just don't click. That happens.
It's like that image, like that furry meme image, like, do you want to be Twitter mutuals?
I'm like, just because we're Twitter mutuals doesn't mean I'm your friend either.
No, exactly. So like, that's the same thing. The people I follow back is people I have had communications with, at least, especially on TikTok or on Twitter. Like, I at least have to know them first, or at least talk with them first before I, like, follow them back. Because the only people I will follow on like TikTok or Twitter are artists or people I actually do find like hilarious. Like there's only very few like top end TikTokers I actually follow because just their content is too funny. I can't not follow it.
Kind of like how but most of the people I look up to are not even furries at all. Like football athletes, team organizations, thrill seekers like Steve-O, because I love Steve-O. I think he's hilarious.
I was gonna say, never go look to who I follow, please.
Yeah. I mean, a quick life advice. A quick life advice. We're not meant to get along with everyone, and I really hate it when two people get into a conflict and then they're publicly shaming the other, saying that this person is an a-hole or did this or that. But the fact of the matter is, the problem is personal to these two. And you might not get along with this person, but I might get along with that person, or I may not. You cannot. This is why I don't tolerate any sort of like public shaming. It's that this problem is personal to you. It's not our problem. I may get along really fine with this person, or I may not. But let me figure that out by myself. So guys, don't do any sort of public shaming.
Can you say the same thing about when...
unacceptable. Whatever it is.
I feel like you say the same thing about when drama comes out and people immediately don't try to get both sides. They just believe the victim side. Like that to me recently... That to me recently has been getting annoying, honestly. I'm like, oh, you're just listening to one side. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's to me, that's what I call the people who are sheep.
True.
Yeah, sheep. I use that.
But it's always usually the younger ones too.
Yeah, so I've noticed what I tell people is like real friends, they will get both sides of the metal before making a judgment. If you don't do that and you listen to the first opinion, you're basically like Fiction said, you're a sheep. You just follow and you don't even know what's the real story here. You don't even know like complexity, how depth, what happened before this whole situation came out. You don't know.
It's because you're going based on your biased opinions. It's
Exactly.
going
it's
based
annoying.
on biased opinion. And of course, there might be another story that you may not favor that much, but it's still. The thing is, each side of the story is a biased opinion, and you have to look at it from both sides to get the full story. Because they just tell their side, not all of it.
And
So
one
a
side might be
narcissistic
important
person-
because it could.
Here's a good example: CNN and Fox.
I mean,
CNN
yeah,
and
that's true.
Fox. That's a good example.
But I mean, like the one side of the story, because if they only get one side of the story, not the other side of the story, depending on what that problem is, could be a dangerous situation because it could be something being accusations based on a horrific, activity, to say the least. Which has been coming up a lot lately in the furry fandom. And I'm just tired of seeing it, honestly. I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
Yeah. Also, if you guys are going to accuse somebody, make sure one thing is that if you're whatever you're accusing them of, if you lack an alibi or in evidence, I could care less.
I mean,
if you
keep
yourself
that in the DMs. Keep that in the DM section. I mean, my way of seeing social media is if you don't have anything positive or neutral to say, don't say it. Just don't say it.
If there is
fix
something
that stuff
negative
in the background.
If there is something negative that's illegal, you don't still need to post that online publicly to the world. You need to post that to the authorities.
Exactly. Yeah. Illegal stuff has no place in public places. I know what I'm talking about because my husband contributed to put his sexual aggressor when he was in school in jail. And he didn't do any public shaming. He actually contacted the authorities and got all the procedures done the right way. I had somebody in the lobby at one point calling this person a this or that, which was considered illegal, but I don't want to talk about it because it's not important. And I came up to this, I'm like, you stop talking about this. If this person is doing something illegal, I don't want any public shaming. Contact the authorities that take care of this situation. Because I don't know if you have proof or not. I don't know if you're telling the truth or you're bullshitting just because you have a beef against this person and you want to bring their reputations down. I have no idea what's the actual reality of things. So don't do that. There's
I think
legal ways to do this.
Me and Whiplash have been a victim of false, accusatory.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I've been accused of, but it was something horrendous, and their proof was a very out of context video out of a 2.5 hour conversation. So that's all I can say.
We're all victims of it, and let's just say that I just let them say whatever they want, and I just went on with my day, still being myself.
That's why I don't have
You're
any
only
trust with people much anymore.
You're only guilty when you start defending yourself, or you delete your account entirely.
I mean, if you haven't done anything wrong, you don't have to justify yourself. If you have good self-esteem, that will come into play. The fact that you have good self-esteem will help you fight this. If you haven't done anything wrong, you don't have to justify yourself because it is just fueling the drama. And ignore it. And don't make any posts about it. Play dumb. You never know about it. And your real friend will know that this is bullshit and they won't believe that story and they're going to come up to you and ask you about it. And then you're going to give them your answer and they're going to be like, yeah, this guy's a complete moron. Okay, whatever. And usually these people, they do it so much that they end up sinking their own ship. So just ignore them.
Exactly. I would say
people. They're idiots. They're morons. They're seeking attention. They want vengeance. Just don't give it to them.
I would say that's one thing I've been hating about the furry fandom in the past few years is drama has fueled it to no ends, and I'm just sick of it. It's just been drama based for the past, since COVID started. I feel like I'm just tired of seeing it.
Drama is everywhere. I come from an airsoft background and cosplay background, and everybody has drama. If you don't see drama, it's either you're not involved enough or you haven't spent enough time in it. But there's literally drama everywhere. Like in airsoft, grown-ass adults that have family, they have children, they act like whimpering 18 years old behind a keyboard. They're 50 years old. They have a family. But drama is everywhere. So just don't pay attention to it.
Well, the thing is that I've seen, what I'm going to go with this is that, what does this have to do with ego? Well, a lot of people's egos are coming out more behind a computer screen because they feel like they can get away with the consequences, and usually that's not always the case.
Oh yeah.
It's like if they don't get to see you face to face, that they're more powerful when they don't see you. But as soon as it's a face to face altercation, then it's completely different. It's one of the difference between what us three do, because we will be the same way as we act on screen or in screen or on the keyboard, because we've gotten to that point in our lives where being truthful about what you say is better in person than just lying about it and saying what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So to come back on the self-esteem subject, what are positive habits you can take to develop or improve your self-esteem?
Taking constructive criticism from your, like you said, your friends that really do care about you, and also actually doing the action, just not saying you'll do it. That's my short answer. But yeah, I think people get the gist of that. I have a way of just answering questions very shortly, and like Whiplash, he likes to answer questions more longer than me. That's just something I struggle with.
In my way, I know ArcaDad is gonna probably answer it in his way, but no, I have to agree with Fiction. It's like you take constructive criticism and you just go with it. You just try your best to absorb that criticism and just work it into your daily life and just try to work better on it. I mean, that's really the best way you can go about it, honestly. But what's your paragraph you're going to say, ArcaDad?
My paragraph? You mean my whole page?
Yes.
You wrote a paper? God.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have any notes taken down, by the way. I don't have any notes like showing up like text and everything. I'm just coming out down. This is purely coming out.
Okay, let me just rub a paper right here. I'm just like, okay.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me take out my scroll and it just like unrolls and goes down the stairs. But to me, to work on self-esteem, what I've been doing is giving myself positive thoughts. I'm a good person. I'm doing the best I can. I'm a positive person, and look at myself in the mirror in the morning. I would be like, I love myself the way I am. I do the best I can. I can take constructive criticism, and I turn this constructive criticism as a challenge to make myself a better person. Find ways to appreciate you for who you are. I think those little messages that you put, like, I love me, I love myself, I'm a good person, I'm incredible, I'm talented. It sounds very narcissistic and egotistical, but what we're trying to do is reprogram your subconscious brain so that you actually start believing, because with repetition, you fake it till you make it, You repeat it yourself, and at one point it will get in, and you'll start feeling confident. And you're going to look yourself in the mirror and going to be, I'm proud of myself. I'm a good person. I try to do the best I can. I know I can do mistakes, and I can admit to that. And I'm proud to be able to say that. I'm proud to say I can admit my faults. So, repetition, and just even if you don't believe it at first, just say it. I'm proud of myself. I'm a good person. And I love myself the way I am physically. Just start with that. Even if you don't believe it, with time, you'll see it'll kick in.
Okay.
So, leading to that, so do you guys have like self-esteem to a certain level? And at one point, did it click for you the most?
That's a tough question. Very tough question.
Very good. It is.
Because I don't think you can really pinpoint that. I would say you can't pinpoint that. It just comes at your own flow. Because there's going to be things about yourself that, you need to improve on. Regardless. What are you doing? Oh, he lost his voice.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well,
and now he's just...
Our boy's struggling over here.
If it's anything like me, you probably rejoin the world for your voice to come back. I like how he's like actually in shock when he's trying to like fix himself.
I do too. I like that little tantrum he threw. I think he's saying the F word when he does that.
All right.
There we go.
Oh my god.
I think he lost his voice. We might need a doctor. He might.
Okay, we're on the next. Okay, wait. We're on the next question. We're talking about how to improve self-esteem, or which one?
I think that's the one. We can go with that if you want to talk about it, just to keep this going while he struggles.
Okay, what positive habits can I improve to? Oh my god!
Usually when he does that.
What positive habits can I develop to improve my self-esteem, and when do you feel comfortable in your own skin? Very good question.
I don't think that's something you can just... It's a tough question because, like I said before, you can't really pinpoint when you figured that out. I think that's like a journey you kind of come with time. And it's not just one. You don't figure out in one day. It's more like over time of, experience and, learning how to, cope with the things.
Oh no, exactly. Like you have to it's a more of a mental thing, and honestly, it takes time and effort to actually know when yourself. Like if you have a major ego, you just lower it down just a bit. It takes time to actually improve yourself over this. It's not like a Thanos snap and you're immediately better. Yeah, it's not like you're immediately gonna be better as soon as someone tells you you should stop doing this. You're gonna be like, okay, switch. It's not how. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's joining the world again. But that's not how it works. You have, it's with my self-esteem. My self-esteem used to be so low that it was probably hidden underneath a rock some point, somewhere in the forest. But it's gotten to the point where I'm more happy about myself, and my ego is much more... It's not egotistical, but it's much more... Yes. You're like me, God. So you have to change... When your voice goes away, you have to join the world again, pretty much.
I tried that and it worked, so I'm glad. Thank you, Whiplash. I appreciate.
Yeah, trust me, I've learned it too the hard way. But that's the way I see it as, honestly. It's not like an on and off switch. You have to take these abilities, take this criticism from people, and work it into your daily life, and pretty much just work with it. So, what's your reasoning on it, ArcaDad? Huh?
Wait, so I am still on the last question I answered before my microphone forked on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I asked, when self-esteem really clicked in for you? And you were like, there's no actual, you said that before that you didn't really have a legit moment, a precise moment when it happened. But for me, it did.
It's not like an epiphany to me.
It was for me, and it was for my husband as well. So should I talk about this, or I finish your question?
No, talk about yours. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, the way it happened, it was back, I just finished high school. I was about 19, 20 years old. I was the super skinny twink guy, and I went to a men's bathhouse. I'm going to try to keep it PG-13 to just relax and be comfortable and be naked because I enjoy those types of places without getting involved with anyone because I don't trust these people. But for the money, I was like, that's pretty cheap. So I was just hanging out in the sauna, and randomly this man of about 65 years old, retired doctor, just sat in front of me and started talking to me. And I was still believing that I was not an attractive person and I had nothing special, and I didn't fit of what was the standard in being beautiful. It's being this guy that goes to the gym, which I tried doing when I was in secondary 3 at school. In Canada, the school system is different. And at the end of the conversation, the guy asked me if he could be intimate with me and have a private moment with me, to which I declined because I didn't feel like it. And the guy actually thanked me for being honest and telling him no and respecting myself. And he said, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I think you're very handsome. I think you're very good looking. And I think Mother Nature was very generous with you. And that's when it clicked. Sweet. And I was like, wait, why the hell am I like this? Why do I have no self-confidence? I hate myself the way I am, yet this person tells me I'm beautiful and perfect. Let's use a big word here, but it's not the case. But I was his taste. But I don't believe I'm beautiful or handsome. I'm like, there's something wrong with me. I mean, and that's the moment I started looking at myself differently in the mirror, and I started telling myself these things I mentioned earlier. I'm beautiful. I'm a good person. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm talented. I believe in myself. And that's the day it started, when I was about 20, 21 years old. And I believe it can happen to everyone. Yeah, I think that marked me. I don't know how many times I've told that story to my friends and relatives outside VRChat.
I would say that this man, well, how old was he? In the 60s, he said?
He was a retired doctor.
Well, he probably knew who he is and what he likes, and that takes, a journey to figure out sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we all have our journeys, and they'll probably either we finish them or we don't. It's one of those two. Very dark way to look at it, but it's my way of saying it.
I would say I've learned a valuable one thing that I tell people, and it might seem dark to you, but it really isn't. I'm still learning how to do it too.
I'm curious about the time we are into right now.
It's been past an hour already.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring out too.
It's a 3-part series now.
It's gonna come out of 3. No, we can't do this.
What, do you want to edit out?
Okay.
I didn't. Let me say what I need to say. Yes.
I think we're gonna close off on this one. It's gonna be the last one for tonight.
I would say the one thing that people might see negative, or just depends on your perspective, is that a lot of people think they need to have a meaning in their life, which I'm trying to fully understand something, even myself, that life actually has no meaning for you. You can say it's negative, but I disagree, because you make life whatever you want it to be. It doesn't need to have a meaning. You don't even necessarily are placed in this world for a meaning. Because if I want to be real with you, I was an accident when I was born. Majority of kids are. That's when you realize you don't really necessarily have a meaning. You make it your own without really having no meaning behind it. It's still a hard thing for me to understand, but I'm trying to get it myself as well.
That's understandable. I feel like I'm a miracle baby. I feel like I'm a miracle baby too, because so I have one brother, right? But between me and my brother, my mom had 2 miscarriages. So I feel like I'm even lucky to just be here.
Yeah.
A miracle baby.
Wow, I feel bad for her though. Miscarriages are really tough emotionally to get through.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, she told me about it. I feel like I'm not I wasn't born normally, I was born C-section of course, but my brother was born a month early. So technically I guess I'm the most No, my brother is 7 years older than me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have a twin brother. I'm just the youngest of 2 kids, that's it.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, my mom had 2 miscarriages in between, so I feel like I'm lucky to be here, because if that was the case, then I don't know, it could have gone any way with me, honestly, at this point.
Oh, I want to clarify. When I said, "Oh my God," my neck was hurting. Actually, nothing you said.
Oh, you're fine. Trust me.
Well, did you guys have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Yes. Everybody behind the camera are bottoms.
Oh God. Yeah, but they're cute.
100%. Yeah, they're all cute, but they're definitely bottoms.
The
question of the week is they're all bottoms.
Oh my God. I can't see in my text. Hold on. I'm trying to find my notes.
Do you consider yourself to be a self-loving in a positive way, and if so, at what age?
Yes.
Interesting.
Or self-loathing. Is it self-loathing? Oh, it might be self-loathing in a positive way.
No.
So
Self-loving. So
Self-loving.
loving yourself the way you are.
I think loathing's a negative thing, dude.
Well, I know loathing. Oh, yeah, loathing.
Loathing.
Never mind. Self-loving. Okay, I was right.
I mean, he was right.
Probably 26. I'm probably at 26, honestly. Like, that's when I started actually, like, loving myself as a person, honestly. Which, it's hard for a lot of people to start doing that. I still don't fully love myself, like, as the way I am, but as time goes on, it, like, increases, and it's in a good way.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure myself out. I would say that there could be some improvements, but, you know, for the most part, I'm trying to accept myself.
Nobody's perfect. We all make faults. We all make our mistakes. We got our faults. But it's to know and acknowledge them and work on them if you can. And I think all of you guys are amazing people. I think you're great. Coltyn, Kolfy, Alazcat. You guys are all great people. And I'm happy to have you guys as friends. You guys are
look at them.
I'm glad to have you guys as friends as well.
I gotta say something for the message.
Stick
Okay,
boys.
for the camera.
For them.
You are a good person. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're amazing. You're smart. You're intelligent. Believe it. We love you all, and you have a good day. Good boy.
Okay.
You should do it the FictionBoi way. The aggressive,
the FictionBoi way.
Yeah, I'll do that probably.
Right? I'll stop crying and be awesome.
Oh God, no.
I don't know.
It's a skill.
All right.
To learn.
All right, good job. That was beautiful.
All right.
Picture time.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Oh, I'm getting off the bed. Oh God.
Yeah, it's getting late.